So the particular topic that I'm on today is a question that a lot of people have asked me. Yeah, I don't know how many times I had to answer this question, so I'll just use this video to answer it. So my reading technique, but I'm going to give like a timeline. Yeah, from when I was in primary school, secondary school. So I'll give a timeline on my reading technique. Yeah. So from primary school, I think I was focused more on listening in class. Um, yeah. So when I was listening in class, I really did not do much reading. I did not like reading in primary school. Yeah. I can remember the times that my parents would ask me, "What are you having tomorrow?" Like exam. Yeah, I'll tell them handwriting and visual because those are the topics that you don't really have to read for. You know, lie that it's handwriting and visual that I'm having the next day. So will not bother me. Even though some my secret jar one time. So the how you having handwriting and visual art every day. So I really did not like reading when I was in primary school. While I was in primary school, let me say from primary one to primary five, I was kind of average. Should I say average? I was still in, I think it was Amber then, they called it Amber. I was in Amber class. I think in grade five, I kind of moved to in Diamond, which was the second. So I was not really focused on my academics like that. I was like, okay, let me just read, let me do my exams. I think I was good with critical thinking there. So I knew how to get my answers without reading, without cheating, without examination malpractice. I just there's a way you get answers. I'll try. Let me give an example. Like now, actually, I have to take my example now. But there's a way I get my answers from just like looking at the question. Like now, if the teacher put something like A 216, B 216, C 215, D 214, like if the teacher is speaking 216 and 216, that means he's trying to confuse me to pick between 2 and 3. So I'm going to cancel that one. So if another option is now 315, I'm like since there are 2315, that means it has to be 316, and I pick 316, and I was almost always correct. Yeah. So that was it about primary school. I think then in grade 6 was not really compulsory, but I had to do it because my grade was not that good. I think in the common entrance, I got like 60 something. Grade 5 common entrance, I got like 66%. I think I can remember well. I got like 66%, so I had to like grade 6. But in grade 6, I was the third. Yeah, I was the third. From 66%, I think I got to 80 something, and I was the third overall in the common entrance to my school. And if you know my school, I'm not going to say the name here. I don't know. I might say it, I'll put it in the list. But you know my school, you know that that was a good thing. Yeah, you know it's current, you know that was a good thing. So I was kind of be taught. What am I reading technique then? I think it was still like just reading without writing. Yeah, I'll still talk about reading and writing, but that was I just read. Yeah, and I think what changed was my mindset. Yeah, because I was going to this with this mindset of okay, I was in Hamba before, so I'm the smartest person going to basis. Should I call it pride at that point or not pride? But it shall help me, even though it was pride at that point, it shall help me like okay, yeah, I had that I'm better than everybody by yeah. So I think that what helped at that point. But I think it was just normal reading. So when I got to secondary school, just one, just two, I'll say this student, I really do not feel like reading. I don't know. Okay, I think it's just now that I know that I love reading stuff and learning new stuff. But at that point, I don't think I love reading like that. So I'll basically I listen in class. I write notes in class. Yeah, that was in grade 7. I'm talking about grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. I write notes in class. I make sure I listen in class at that point. So it was basically listening and reading. Yeah, I think at that time I always read like towards the exam. I don't read every day. Yeah, because I'm at home. I'm not reading every day. No, you're meant to read every day, but at that point, I know I have enough knowledge at that point. So like I beg when it's time for exam, I'm not waste my time. Unless the first one, let my friend force me at that point, then I'll now read and okay. Maybe you will not allow me to watch movie before I read. So I'll not say, let me just read so that you allow me. So I think getting to SS I was going to the hostel, so I had to like step up my game. Like this is secondary school, yeah, and I was already in competition class around junior school, so that I wanted to remain in it. So I think a mistake I made in secondary school that affected me a lot was I was okay with being average. I was a competition class, yeah. I was part of the top, let me say top 20, top, we 24 in state class. but I was a competition class. So let's say top 14, I'm not 100% sure. This is just mistake. I don't really calculate it. But let's say top 14 thing. Yeah. But I was just okay with that circle. I was not really trying to be more. It's just that the vibe of being in competition class really entered my head. And like, let me just remain in competition class, even though I'm the last in competition class. I don't mind. But yeah, let me just remain in competition class. So that pushed me not to really go for a lot of competition. It was just in university that I started noticing that I was kind of academical with my reading and stuff. So coming back, that was just like it. Yeah. So when I got to senior secondary school, I knew that I had to like up my game. So asked my seniors, I asked my sister seniors, top seniors that were doing good in the set. And most of them were just saying reading and writing, reading and writing. I asked the top guys in my set to have seen I focus, I studied them, and most of them were doing reading and writing. But something about this reading and writing is you have to actually know how it works. I think so. You have to know why they do it. Because when I started with the reading and writing stuff, at first it was not working for me. Yeah. Because I think the first reading will come anxiety. I think I had kind of anxiety issue then. So anytime I'm reading, I'm like, "Ah, what about if I forget this line in exam? Oh my god, let me just write it so I won't forget it in exam." So I thought that as I'm writing today, anytime my brain like that, sorry, it's actually my brain like that. Yeah. So I'm like, let me just call it. I may forget this. Let me write it, let me write it. So I'll just writing without even remembering anything. I think the second of all, second thing was how like when I start something, I want to finish it, but I'm like, okay, oh God, am I remaining? So I want to quickly this note, quickly finish this note. I don't writing. So it did not really work for me at the beginning because I was not focused at that point. I was not focused. I just wanted to write and write. And funny enough, I don't really read that note when it's time for exam. I'll still create another note when it's time for exam. So it was not really working at that point. So I think at the point, and I moved to just reading, reading and listening class because I think that was SS3 and I started moving to no, okay, let me put that SS1, SS2. I focused more on reading and listening in class. Yeah, because I was still kind of a day student in between. So I focused more reading and still listening in class. So it was in SS3 that I now found a good grasp of reading and writing. It was in SS3 that okay, this thing actually works, but I did not use it for everything. Something like biology, God forbid I use reading and writing for it because it was kind of large. So what I basically use, okay, try to understand what I'm reading. Then when it's time for diagram, I first draw it in my brain. Yeah, that's why then and I try to draw it. Then sometimes then I'll create notes after I finish reading. Not the same time, oh, then after like 20 minutes, I'll now create a note that okay, oh, this is what I read, try to explain to myself and stuff. So it was then I said, okay, this is how to read and write. And did my grades improve? I don't know. I can't really remember. But I shall know. I shall the competition class. At that point, that was not in my head. And I think that's what really affected me at that point. So, yeah, that's it. So coming to university, I didn't really have like a reading pattern. The different courses have a different reading technique. Yeah. So something like come, let me check my notes. I wrote something down so I won't forget. So I've talked about primary school. So at secondary school. So what I did in university, yeah, there were some courses that I read for only. I'll still talk about how I was reading in university, with my reading technique in university, because it has to be. It was just over the place because there was no university I'm going to, but it's a university that is kind of volatile, if I should use that word. As you are reading now, they cannot call you now that you're meant to go for a meeting and stuff. So you cannot really create a time that oh, this is when I want to read, when I want to read. You have to also think about the school. What if they call me and stuff? So I focused more on reading and writing, even though I use different courses, different reading technique for courses. There were courses like the book, all those courses that have a lot of notes and stuff, like 78 slides of notes. Why I do is try to understand them. I try to read those ones like every day. Like every day we have a class. If we have a class now, I'll try to read that note like okay, do I understand this? I try to understand it. I try to check ChatGPT when it was that meeting. I try to take different textbook, try to meet someone to explain, but I don't allow it to I don't sleep till I understand it. But it's not every day. Oh. Don't think it's every day that will happen. That sometimes I will just be tired. I will not want to read. Then I'll just postpone it to the weekend. I'll read everything that I have to read during the weekend. So it's not like I'm perfect. Or I read every day like that. That some things I don't read, I just play. Yeah. So that was my way. I hope I've not lost something. So sharp. I was focusing on reading and writing. Courses that were very large, I mostly read. Then I'll solve past questions. I'll look for questions on that particular topic I'm reading. Yeah, I'll look for questions. I did computer science, so most of my reading stuff, most courses were not kind of bulky, but most were bulky. Then sorry, I'm wrong. Oh. Most were actually working like operating system and stuff like that. Yeah, it was okay. So for those I will have to read, I have to like read it every day and make sure I understand it. And there's one of my lecturer that you just have to. So I okay. Another thing was I understood my lecturers. So I know all my lecturers. Yeah, his course is always that I think operating systems and stuff. His course is always that course that is kind of complex. But from 100 level, I kind of noticed something about him. You don't have to read his notes. Yeah, you don't have to read it. It mostly says everything that will come in the exam, but it mostly says it in class. And there's a way he says it, but there's some words he use before he says that particular stuff. Like it just talked in my head. This is something I've even told my classmate that this guy you don't have to read for his course. Like you will know the question. You know the question. I feel I'm not wrong when I came 300, but for like 3 levels now, it has worked for me. Yeah, that's some things we say before it says that particular stuff, but you know this is coming out. There's some things we do, some things we do that you know this is coming out. That's some stuff that we do. So you don't really have to necessarily read the notes, even though I still read the notes. Yeah, and that's stuff I read, but I don't go overboard for courses like that. So I knew my lecturer, so that kind of gave me some how do I say some understanding. Yeah. So over the place, I know I know really jotting down. So I think I am. Yeah. So aside for bucket courses, I will just read the try to answer question. For calculation courses, what I do is I try to read through the notes, look for examples, then um look for examples, try to do the examples because the answers are already there. So before I even check how they answered it, I'll first do myself so that I know okay, don't understand. So I think the whole point you have to have in this is confidence. So all I wanted to have was okay, I have the confidence that I can do this in confidence that I can do this in exam. Yeah. And when the courses are now read and write, all those ones that you have to cram a lot of things. Yeah. They are not that bulky, but there are a lot of things you have to know. Like now, I think okay, like now I think a course for that, I think that was system implementation and system design. So I think the way that one course was like, okay, there are different techniques. I think waterfall, blah 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 blah. So you have to learn everything. It's not something that you have to know it word for word. But she was sentence no Chinese word for word. You sure know it. Yeah, let me use sentence for sentence. Yeah, not really necessary word for word. You shall know that this is after this, this is after this. So all those stuff requires you to store in your brain. And the way the reading and writing works is, I think for me, is just number one, focus, but makes you focus because obviously with this whole low attention span, you can just be reading and something else just come to your mind. So it makes you focus. And the way it even makes you focus is when you actually focus on reading and writing because sometimes as you're reading and writing, so your mind can still sway away. I hope you get what I say. Yeah. So I have to be focused. Sorry, I just got train of thought there. Yeah. So focusing like that, that's like okay, first read, then write, read and write, read and write. I lost my thought there. I'm trying to come back to what I was thinking. Talking about reading and writing, the way you do it. Okay, I said I should be focused when you're reading and writing. And it's not all courses you use reading and writing for. Well, I believe everybody have the technique, so you find yours. But that was for me. It's not all courses I use reading and writing for. But most times, why I do reading and writing because they can just call us. So I make sure that okay, I've read this note here, I've written it down. So when I want to check up on it, or if they just call us for meeting, I can just open that note. Because you cannot bring your tab in chapel, so I can just open that note. Or if I know that okay, by Thursday they might call us for a impromptu meeting. Okay, say call us, how will I know? But on Thursday they say that there's a meeting. So before that Thursday, I'll try to read a note, then jot it down. And after jotting, I'll know that okay, I have a jotting. So when I get to that place, I don't have to read this thing. Then I'll just be reading my book there. So it's kind of make up for time and stuff like that. And sometimes I borrow other people notes, even though I don't like that necessary. But when it's necessary, I borrow other people notes. Yeah, I borrow other people notes so that especially when we have a meeting. I go other people know so I can cover up for time and stuff. So I think that is it basically. I've thought about writing, I've thought about reading and writing. Um listening is also a good technique, especially when in university, because it's true. When you there's some lecturers that GST, you have to listen in that class. GST, you have to listen in that class. So I had to listen there. Thank God for my sleep partner. I had to choose people that they're not they don't disturb, yeah, and we're fun to be with. Yeah. So my IT partners had the environment that enhance my listening. Yeah, people that are also ambitious and stuff. So let me check my notes. Yeah, I just jot out stuff that I don't want to um forget. So far about reading and writing, which can be very tedious, yeah, which I made mistake. With solving questions, I thought about that for mathematical courses. I use mostly work on solving questions. I just read, then try to solve questions. So I have the confidence I can do it in the exam. I think the main thing in the exam is confidence. There was a time. Don't give me a technique. Teaching others can be a good technique, but there's a time it don't work for me. So we're having a test, physics. Yeah. So I there was a particular question that always come out. There's a particular question that always come out. So I understood the question, I did it, but throughout that day, I thought like almost seven people had to do the question, but something was wrong. That's why I always don't think you know everything. Yeah, always solve the question to the last part. So I just solved it to a part of like, this is not what you just do this, do that, and you get to the answer. And I was teaching a lot of people, they got it, they understood it. When I got to the exam, oh my god, I forgot everything. I think it was a parallelogram question, something. Let me try to remember. Yeah, forgot it. So I got to is I could not just remember anything because it will not stick to my brain. What I was like was okay, when I do this, this will happen. Then so I not really solve the question to the deno to the last part. So it affected my score and I think I got a B in that course because of that test score that later came up. Yeah. So listening in cars, telling people to explain. Yeah, I also tell people to explain to me sometimes. What I'm just trying to say is, it's not a, I don't have a particular. I will talk about the shooting technique more. Maybe I'll use another video to talk about each of them. I'm just give you like a generic overview of my reading technique. I'll talk about each one of them later on. But I'm just trying to show you that it's not a everything fits one, or how they put it, one fit all stuff. You can use different technique for different kind of courses. Same as time management. I don't believe in one fit all rule tips and stuff. And not I don't believe, but yeah, you can have your own technique for stuff at different point in time. So I tell people to explain to me too sometimes, it makes me understand, but I'm also skeptical about that one. Before I meet someone to explain to me, I must be sure that they are good. So I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but yeah, and I don't like when I explain to people and you gotta meet somebody else. I don't really like it. I feel incompetent sometimes. Yeah. So when I want to meet someone to explain to me, I make sure that person is good because after I meet the person, I don't want the person feeling so the person will not see me meeting another person to explain the same thing. I feel it will hurt the person same as it kind of hurts me when I explain to you and you gotta meet someone else. Instead of always actually understand and I try that okay if I don't know this thing, so I also gotta meet someone else together and we'll understand it together. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So the summary of everything is get your own reading technique for each course. Okay, there's no one fit all. I use different techniques. Sometimes there's courses that I need that like math course, I can keep a math course to like almost exam time to read because I know that I'm good at math. So I was like, okay, this is a course that I can sacrifice that I will read it like 1 week to exam and I'm going to get it. I just have to listen in class or a course in programming like now Python. That's a story I have to talk about one day. But there is that's a story for another day. Like sometimes like Python, there's time about Python, but I really didn't have to. I had to focus. I focused in class, but it's not something I give much attention to because the other courses I have to give much attention to. So know your strength. Don't be scared of your strengths. Just because someone is seeing that you're not reading one course and be like, oh my god, you're proud and stuff. That doesn't mean that you should stop being you. Yeah, if you know maths and you know if you know, be true to yourself in everything I'm saying. Just be true to yourself. If you know you're very good in math and this course is something you can just learn in a day, then focus on courses that you don't know. I think Just be you. That's the main thing. Because me saying just be, you have to be truthful to yourself. To don't lie to yourself that this is who you are when that is not who you are. I think that's all. Yeah, don't even. I don't forget. Sorry, I was just here and there. I just wanted to say my mind. I know how to structure it. Yeah, I think the next one I'm going to kind of structure. I structured it around something now, but not that detailed. So I hope you learned something. You can tell me your reading technique in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. So.